Hard times are only the other side of good times. If you've ever wished good times would come, you know what it's like to wish hard times were gone. Don't it seem like a long time? Seem like a long time? Seem like a long, long time? Yes, it does. A long, long time. Night time is only the other side of daytime. But if you've ever waited for the dawn, you know what it's like to wish daytime would come. And don't it seem like a long time? Seem like a long time? Seem like a long, long time? Yes, it does. A long, long time. Wartime is only the other side of peacetime. But if you've ever seen how wars are won, you know what it's like to wish that peace would come. And don't it seem like a long time? Seem like a long time? Seem like a long, long time? Though it seems like a long time, seems like a long time, seems like a long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. Yes, it does. A long, long time. So here we got Zechariah, Elizabeth's husband, old man, priest, saw an angel in the temple, said they'd have a child. He said, let's see, I'm in my 90s, my wife's in her 80s. I don't think so. And so the angel struck him down. So he hasn't spoken for 9 months. And the child was born, and they said, what name? And he gets a tablet, he writes down his name, John. And everybody says, well, that's not right, because nobody's in your family's ever been named John. So he writes it down, John. Okay, his name is John. And all of a sudden, Zechariah can speak, and what does he say? Blessed be the God of Israel, for he has come to set his people free. He has come to bring peace and deliverance and salvation. And there is joy in the land. Okay. Still waiting, aren't we? We're not quite there yet. I clicked on the TV this morning. First thing I saw was people running around in Syria shooting at each other. And the story about this family there, and then the house got destroyed, and 4 children were killed. How long, Lord? The prophets of old kept telling of a time when Messiah would come and make things right. And 2,000 years ago, Messiah came and made things right. He's still making things right. How long? We're fortunate where we live, comparatively to a lot of places in the world. We don't have to worry about bombs and mortars and people shooting past our house this morning. We don't live in an area where other nations' troops are wandering our streets and shooting at rebels and terrorists. We pretty much have food, shelter, and clothing. Although there are 46.5 million of us in poverty, 15 million of those are kids, 14.5 million of those are senior citizens. That's 2/3 of the people in poverty in this country are the most vulnerable. But our poverty is still better than what most people live in Honduras or Haiti. They would love to be in poverty here, because poverty there is a whole lot worse. How long? Now, Advent's a time when we await that coming of Christ, when we await the words of Zechariah to be fulfilled, when the prisoners will be set free, when people will be lifted up, when there will be no more war, when peace comes. We pray for that day, and we work for that day. It's always hard this time of year. You know, 'tis the season to be what? Jolly. I don't know about you, but, you know, Advent is pretty busy. I mean, you know, Monday starts out, you get that, you get ready for that meeting, and then you have that meeting, and then you do that one, and then you go over to that board meeting, and then you do that, and then and by Friday it's like, oh. And I got it easy, you know. Some people really have to work hard. It's hard to find time, isn't it? And we all overextend ourselves. Some among us overextend themselves more than others. But there's a lot going on. We actually add things in worship for Advent. It's not like it's busy enough, but let's do more stuff. There's a little extra shopping to do, more social engagement and parties, and then don't you get tired? I know I do. But it's worth it, isn't it? I mean, it's Christmas. It's Sunday. Well, I don't know. I'm getting a few. I don't know if I don't care or not. It all pays off when you see your kids unwrap that gift that just makes them squeal, you know. Some of us have more serious problems than just being tired and stuff. A lot of families who have folks that are ill and folks that are sick and folks that are dying. And it's harder in a season when you're supposed to be jolly to deal with sickness and funeral arrangements and all those other things that would distract us from the promises that Zechariah makes. What we long for most is peace. I think if we start with peace, if we just had some peace in our lives, if the stresses weren't so overbearing, we could just find some alone time with God and maybe with each other. When having to do this and that and going here and there wasn't so pressing, if we could have some peace, maybe then we could find the strength to get through the rest of the season. And maybe not even just get through it, but maybe enjoy it. Maybe get something special out of it. maybe have it touch us in some new way, in some meaningful way that brings this birth that we're going to celebrate come alive for us, be born in our hearts. Because sometimes, we get a little jaded. It's not Christmas again, I gotta make this, and you gotta go there, and you gotta do this, and I gotta go buy gifts, and I'm tired of fighting the people at Myers and Walmart and Target. Somehow we gotta dig through all that. Put all that stuff aside. Try to niche out about 10 minutes a day to spend some time in prayer. To spend some time just talking with God. Just 10 minutes of peace. Every day, write down 5 things that you're thankful for. 5 blessings in your life. Take some time for yourself and God. Find that peace down here only God can give. Because if you find that peace, then like Zechariah says, you will find hope. Because it seems like a long time. Long enough to almost lose hope. We don't want to lose hope. If you can grab a hold of that hope, then maybe you can find some joy. And then experience the love of Christ and the love of each other. This week's assignment, find some peace in your life. Sneak out. Get away. Hide. You have to. Some of us have to hide, We have reading to do for our Vital Church initiative, and I had to leave the office so I could read. Because, you got to hide sometimes, just so you can get, an hour uninterrupted. Many of us are in that situation. You just got to get away. Jesus said to his disciples, let's go off to, go hide from the crowds for an hour. Find that peace this week. That's your assignment for Advent. Because if we do our homework well, by the time we have our Christmas Eve service, and Zechariah's truth will be in us. And we will be free and find peace and have joy and have hope and experience God's love. Okay? Do your homework, all right?